Salutare și bine v-am găsit la un nou podcast Pro și Contra. Astăzi avem un episod special pentru vorbitorii de limbă engleză, dar sper că nu e o problemă pentru voi, pentru că, așa cum am zis, podcastul de astăzi o să fie în limba engleză și o să vedeți de ce. Welcome to my channel for all the English people. It's my first time having a podcast in English, so if I'm going to make mistakes, please understand that. I'm a little bit excited because I have to do it in English. It's not my mother language, so I'm afraid to make mistakes, but who cares? I don't care anymore from this point. Let me introduce my guest from tonight, Noel.
Yeah, my name's Noel Buckley. I work for Hertfordshire Police, and I have been in Hertfordshire Police for about 23 years next month.
Oh, wow.
In August, I'll be 23 years.
So you're not planning to retire yet?
Not yet, no. Sometimes I feel like I'd like to retire, but no, I do love the job, and yeah, I'll stay. I'm not going anywhere.
He's here in my podcast today because the very first thing he wanted to arrest me because I left some comments on Facebook. I've seen a video with him in Romanian community on Anunțul UK. It was a video actually with a policeman dancing, and it got viral in Romanian community.
I can't believe it's gone viral. Yeah, absolutely. it's gone crazy, and yeah, for me it's lovely. But I knew nothing about it until one of my sort of Romanian police officer colleagues, Florentina, who you know as Violetta.
Okay.
It's Florentina, I know. She's a police officer, works with me in Boreham Wood. And she was the one who
told you
She called me and told me, look at this. And I went, wow, what's going on? I had no idea. Absolutely crazy.
How did your supervisors react to that?
So I said to my supervisors, because obviously I would tell them about it. And I think it was at low numbers then when I first told them. And I said, look at this. And then everyone in Boreham Wood, because we've got lots of Romanian police officers in Boreham Would. We've got at least 5.
I know 2 already.
Yeah, and Yanela. And they all come up to me and they were saying, like, have you seen this? And I'll go, no. And then they're all saying, you've become a star. And it's like crazy. And talking of Yanela, like, she was at the festival with me. And she then, when I heard the music, I just started dancing because it's something I would do anyway. And then she got her phone out and started filming me. But I didn't look around to see if anyone was dancing, because the film that she was doing was just like for me and her to laugh about later, like, you know. So yeah.
But it wasn't her video.
No, someone else videoed from behind. Okay. So the one I sent it to you later, but no, it's not her video.
Yeah, it was
online.
Videos you sent.
Yeah. So it's not. Yeah, someone behind I think videoed, but I didn't even look around to see if anyone else was dancing.
You know that video is having more than 2 million views.
No, has it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yuli, can you have a look?
Because I don't know how to find it.
I think it's more than 2 million already.
Is it? I know Florentina keeps me updated with it, and she sends me a text, or Yanela sends me a text saying this is how many now. But I'm not really that great with TikTok or social media. I'm on them, but like I don't use it enough to know how to look. But I did read.
You have better things to do as a policeman.
But now, because it was nice for me to look at the comments and the translation changed.
You can do the translation.
I can read it now. But at first I was saying to Florentina, I don't understand what people are saying. She said, oh, there's a translation.
2.2 million.
Wow. God, so that's crazy. I'll have to tell my boss tomorrow because she'll be impressed. So, yeah.
If you go for elections in Romania now, probably you have a big chance, you know.
Have I?
Yeah, just imagine 2.2 million.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's
and the most of the comments they are positive.
Oh, that's good.
Apart my comment.
Yeah, but that's nice, isn't it? Because I want people, and I, you know, I didn't do it for a special reason. I just do it because that's the kind of thing I would do. But it's so nice that people can see us as human now. Like, that's what I wanted, people to see us as human beings and not just those strict police officers who are always telling you off for doing something. I wanted it to be like, that's me. I enjoy being funny. I enjoy having a good time. And I've done it at different festivals for different faith groups. Like, we have this, I don't know if you heard it, a Hare Krishna festival every year.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a big one. There's 100,000 people go to it every year, or up to 100.
In the same area?
In Bushy. And so not far. And there's probably between 70 and 100,000 people go to that. and they have music. It's always the same song every year, and I always like dance there. So it's nice, but they've never ever done anything like TikTok. This is the first time for
I've
me.
seen someone sent me actually. It was a commercial from there. He was doing some food there, and he filmed you with enjoying some drinks. So,
Yeah.
But in a funny thing, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. That
I've
was
seen that video last night.
so. Now another friend who I met there now, Adora Moise. Her family run an ice cream stall there, or ice cream and drinks. And she gave me that drink.
She gave it to you.
With the funny things.
Yeah, it was like.
She gave it to me, and then later on some like slush puppy type or like milkshake, which was lovely. Yeah, really
You can say now
And
if
refreshing.
you had the beer inside.
No,
It's gone already. Nobody's gonna know.
Do you know when I said my comment was, I had lots to drink and eat, I meant soft drinks. Like we can't obviously drink on duty. I would never in a million years do that. So, and people saying, "Oh, I'll do this, do that." I said, "No, soft drinks like the juice."
I'm having some beers here for us if you want.
No, I've got my.
No, I'm not drinking
I've got my can of orange there. Thank you very much.
No, I was totally.
And I'm still on duty anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. How was the vibe there? For
It was
you?
amazing. And
As,
to be honest,
as in English,
yeah.
seeing you know you've seen that Romanians enjoying some manele is different music.
Yeah.
It's like more
And
like gypsy music.
Yeah, and
Manele,
I didn't
but a lot
understand.
of people are listening in Romania.
Yeah, and I had no idea what the song was about. I just listened to music, and I like music. But the vibe was amazing. Like we had, I don't know if you've seen, but there was lots of what we call PCSOs, so the community officers that were there as well. And we had the police car, and we
took
the
some
kids,
pictures.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
kids were surrounding the car the whole day. There was so many. It was queues of children and families. Having a great time listening to the police sirens. They love it because
Noah took some pictures.
Yeah.
He met Noah, my son.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah,
they had
lovely.
a big conversation
Yeah,
already.
and the children love it, and for me, that's what it's all about. It's just bringing the community together with us as normal human beings, coming to talk to people, listening if people have got concerns, understanding their concerns, engaging with people. That's what my job is. I'm a neighbourhood sergeant. That's my job.
Yeah.
So I speak to people as many days as I can get out of the office. And for that kind of thing, it's just perfect for me going to speak to people.
It was a nice thing, you know, letting kids, you know, taking pictures.
They love it.
Going inside,
The police car,
yeah,
the sirens, the lights,
sirens, everything.
all that. They love
Noah
that.
was enjoying a lot. We
Good.
have a video and some pictures as well.
Good.
And when I told him a policeman would come here,
Yeah.
he was asleep. You see,
Yeah.
he was waiting. My wife texted me, tell me when he's coming.
But my PCSO said to me afterwards, they said, we've never had so many children come up to us. When I walked up to them, the queue was massive for people wanting to get into the police car or talk to the officers there. It was great. I loved it. Honestly, I've never been to a Romanian festival before. That was
it's
my
your first one?
First one. And it was
Okay.
amazing. So good.
Did you enjoy any food?
I did. I had, I've got to try and remember the words for it. So Midge. I had some of that. That was really nice. I like that. I tried some of the sausage, but I can't remember the names of them.
Okay, we say kanaci.
Yeah,
It's the
and
same thing, sausage.
I had some cake, some really nice sponge cake. That was really tasty, and obviously I had the lemon and vanilla ice cream from Adora's stall, and the milkshakes, which was it was
Nice.
lovely, really nice. I was so full. Everyone kept offering me food all the time. The people were so friendly, and they just constantly offered me food, and I couldn't eat anymore by the end of the day. I was so full.
Nice. I'm glad. Another thing about the kids, which I was about to say, is, you know, when I was the same age as my son, every time we were doing a bad thing, they would tell us, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you to the police."
Yeah.
And we grow up with that thing. The police is something bad, you know. And it's nice having police cars and police people interacting with the kids because they will build that trust.
And
I think
that still goes on today. So still parents say to their children, the police are going to take you away if you're naughty. And they come up to me and say, like, are you going to take him away if he's naughty? And I say, no, we don't. We want children to be safe and feel safe. Come to us, talk to us, say hello. And we do a lot with schools as well, like with younger ones at schools. And I love going into the schools and the kids. And I like them to see me at the shops and say, hi, Noel, how you doing? I mean, my real name's Noel, but everyone calls me Bucko because of my surname.
I've seen that, Leon.
Yeah.
It's
So,
backwards.
but my real name's Noel, but everyone calls me Bucko. It started in the police when I became a detective, and one of the sergeants Jim Luxon named me that, and it's stuck with everyone knows me as that.
Nice.
So it's always Bucko.
Good. Did you talk to Romanians there? How did you find the Romanian community about that?
I spoke to, so when I went in, I went around every single stall. I spoke to the mortgage people.
Nice.
The people who were doing
solicitors.
The solicitors, and then there was another lady as a Metropolitan Police officer on one of the other stalls. Yeah, I spoke to everyone. I do that every time I go. I literally go and speak to everyone there, and there was honestly, David, they were so friendly. Everyone, no one was negative. No one didn't want to talk to me. They all were smiling and encouraging me to come over and speak to them.
I'm glad they didn't, they didn't give you a bad day.
No. It was honestly, I keep saying to all my colleagues, it's probably one of the best festivals I've ever been to.
Oh, I'm really glad to hear that.
It was so nice.
So, Viorel, you can be proud of this because it was your festival.
It was amazing, really nice. And I felt so comfortable. All my team who were there with me, they said the same.
How many of you was there?
So there was 3 PCSOs. There was myself. There was another police officer came later, Mike Vine, and then Yanela, who's the detective. She also came.
She was the lady from the car.
No, she was the one who was
because to the police car, it was a lady when I was there.
That was Karen.
Okay,
she's a PCSO. Karen Gregson, she came there later on because they needed some help because they had so many children, so she came over to help. And then Yanela was the detective, so she was in plain clothes, a white t-shirt. When I was dancing, you'll see her there.
Okay, I'll have a look. So
yeah.
I'm not going to say more about her.
No.
Because we don't want to say that.
She was around, yeah.
I was glad if she was here as well.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be here, is it?
She was supposed to be here this evening, but some plans changed, so she couldn't make it. But she's going to speak to you on the phone. I'll give you a number whenever, and you can call her. She's happy to speak to you.
I would like to invite her here.
Yeah.
I know you told me she don't want to be on the video.
Yeah.
But we can sort it out. I mean,
Yeah.
I can switch off the lights so nobody's gonna know who's there.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see how she see the things.
Yeah. And also the other girl, Adora, who I spoke to, got the ice cream from. She who gave me that glass. She wants to join the police. So she was talking to them,
nice.
And she's already been a police cadet. So a police cadet is someone who's younger when they want to love doing police stuff. So they do different things with the cadets, a lot with the police officers. It's really good. They go on trips and learn about police and everything. And she was a cadet in Essex, and then she wants to join the police now at some point. So we've given her all the details. She can do that.
Is there any specific age you can join to the police?
You've got to be over 18, and then you can be up to 60 now, I think it is. So you can be up to 60.
Is it hard to get to the police? How long is it going? If you can give this information.
Yeah, of course.
Because maybe there will be a lot of people trying to go.
And also, all forces is the same. But if you go on my force is Hertfordshire. So if you go on Hertfordshire Constabulary, and on their website, there's all the information on there about how to join the police. Different if you want to be a special constable, if you want to be a PCSO, which they're not police officers, but they still do pretty much a lot of the jobs, but they can't arrest people; they detain people.
I see. So what's the difference between arrest and detained?
So detain is when you're just talking to people because you might want to hold them there while a police officer comes, or you're doing what we call a stop search or things like that. And then if a criminal offence is found out and then they get arrested, they could be taken to a police station, or they could be dealt with there and then and not taken to a police station. So there's different kinds of things. So arrest is if it's a little bit more serious and you're going to take them to custody. If someone's got a small amount of drugs, they still will be arrested, but they sometimes can be dealt with what we would call out of custody. So there and then, and it might be minor.
What's the difference between you and Metropolitan Police? Because there is a difference, you say.
So the Metropolitan Police are a much bigger force. We are a small force. We've only got, I think, about 2,400 police officers. The Metropolitan Police have got a lot more, over 20-something thousand.
Okay.
They have different priorities probably because they get a lot more gun crime, knife crime than we would in Hertfordshire. But we all wear the same uniform. They wear white shirts. We don't generally wear white shirts. We wear black T-shirts. But we have the same powers, exactly the same powers. We can go and arrest people there. They can come and arrest people here. We help each other out if we need to do things. But we're just police officers, but just under a different command, really.
I would say. That's why I said it was much better for me if your colleague was here,
Yeah.
because I can ask specific, the difference like from the police from Romania and local police.
Yeah.
Because local police, they are more like a council police,
Yeah.
but in the same time, they still have a lot of authority,
And Yanela will probably be able to tell you more on that from the Romanian police and how she sees us and how it was for her joining. But she's like a detective already, so like she's very good. Like she's very clever, and she knows her stuff. And the same with Florentina. They're both like being.
Yeah, maybe I can bring the bots.
Yeah, and it'll be nice for them. And there are other Romanian officers there. They may want to like after this, I'll speak to them and see if anyone wants to talk to you about how they progressed and was it easy or was it a bit more. Because it's hard for me to know. Like
exactly. You don't know all the
how
things.
how difficult it was for them. Yeah.
That's nice. Now, because you're here, they will say if it's worth to come after.
Yeah, exactly. They'll say, it's okay.
If this podcast is not going well,
they'll say no.
They will say no.
Yeah.
If it's going well, she will come.
If they see that I'm feeling comfortable, they'll be all right and they'll come.
I hope you're feeling comfortable.
I'm feeling absolutely comfortable. I'm feeling fine.
I know lots of people, they will say, they see me because I'm a big guy. They say they feel like intimidated a little bit.
No, not at all.
You're a policeman, you don't feel. He's having his.
We can feel.
Already.
Yeah.
So he's.
we can be intimidated sometimes or feel intimidated, but no, I'm.
Do you feel intimidated sometimes?
Not really. I think sometimes if there's a lot of violence or crowds of people, then if you're at a football match, sometimes it can feel a bit like that. But you've got like a lot of colleagues around you, so it kind of eases it. And I've always said this in the police, like the most important thing for us to have is our eyes, ears and mouth, really, so that we can communication for a police officer is the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you can't calm someone down without having to use your baton or your gas or whatever, I think it's so much better if we can just talk to someone. And it's worked for me for 23 years, so I'm sure it works for other people.
Because maybe if you use them, they will become more aggressive and more people will come.
And like people carry tasers. I've not got a taser. I've used my baton probably about, I'd say 3 times in 23 years probably. And I've used my spray about 5 times really, because it's about communication. No, it's about having to talk to people and knowing how to calm things down without having to get the situation build up worse, It's just about, it's so important. Communication for a police officer is the most important skill to have.
Communication is more important everywhere.
In anything, yeah.
In
because
anything, exactly.
Everywhere. Yeah, you're right. It is. But in the police, it's so important to be able to talk to people and understand, talk and listen to people, because sometimes, what they think is really bad at that time might not be. Once you start talking to people, things change for them and then they relax a bit more.
I don't want to say about bad things about the Romanian police, but sometimes we feel, and I mean a lot of people will feel like that, they provoke you,
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there are some good policemen as well, trying nice, and there are some idiots which they are becoming more violent, But in the same time, as I said, I don't feel police is very polite here.
Yeah.
I remember when I first came 10 years ago here, I was in a park. I was, I think, the 3rd or the 4th day here.
Yeah.
And I was with my friend. We're just enjoying some time in the park. We had some soft drinks. And some police see us, And my friend, because he was living here already for a couple of years, he said they would come they would come to us. And he told me, when they approach us, let's run. Because they will run after us and they would do nothing because they are too polite, And because it was my 3rd or the 4th day here, I said no, I'm scared because having bad experience with Romanians,
No, and I think I hope that a lot of the police officers are similar to me in the ways like treat people how you want to be treated yourself, and that is my motto. I treat people how I would like to be treated if I was stopped by a police officer. So I tried to have that sort of attitude all the time. But there are. We all know, like, there's some bad people in the police. That, like, you've only got to look at the Metropolitan Police and even my force. We've had to sack people because they've been bad, and they're the ones that give us a bad name. The ones that were nice. So we get rid of them, and that is
You're
only
very patient, to be honest. Police from here, they are very patient.
Yeah, I think I'm quite patient. Yeah, I am.
I remember I've been with an English friend, and some police car cut off, without using his sirens,
Oh yeah.
And they just cut. And this friend, he's just start beeping, I say, stop it, man, he's gonna stop us. They say, no, we are paying them, And the police, they were smiling.
Yeah.
And I said to him, in Romania, if you do that, they will give you a penalty charge, quick, bam.
Do they?
Easy.
Well, sometimes, like, we have to do things like that because if we're going to what we would call like a high risk, if there was burglars in a house, we wouldn't want to go with our sirens and lights blazing because they're just going to make them run away. So we try and keep our lights off as long as we're driving safely.
Makes sense, of course.
As long as we drive safely, then we're fine, and alert people that we are, maybe put the lights on but not the sirens to alert the baddies.
Do you guys have like undercover cars?
Yeah, I've got one tonight here. So
your car is
it's a police car.
It's like an undercover one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking to make a TikTok with you. It's like you arrest me because I left that comment on Facebook.
Yeah.
So we can post it like a few days before the podcast show up,
Yeah.
So people would think, I told him.
He got arrested.
Yeah, he got arrested.
But I, in real life, I wouldn't arrest you for something like that. No, definitely not. Yeah.
To give some context about this, when I've seen the video with him dancing, I posted by purpose. So I said, I don't have a British passport, and I said there. He's a shame for us, which we have British passport. It was more like a joke, just to make people going into my Facebook page, Yeah, and to leave comments. So we put that video,
At first, when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, like I upset someone. And I thought, I literally didn't want to offend anyone with that dancing.
No, I'm so sorry.
No, you don't.
I apologize in private. It was a joke.
Yeah.
And that's why I even text you quick when I've seen you comment there. I'm the police officer. Yeah. First thing I did, I sent you a friend request and I send you a text.
Yeah.
Quick, a message.
Yeah. And I'm fine. I wasn't offended. I was worried about offending someone else.
No. You didn't offend someone.
Yeah, good.
As we said, people, you have only positive comments there.
And that's good.
The only negative comment is mine, and the people which hate me.
Because of that. Yeah.
They say, oh, shame on you, all these things, And I was even saying that, I'm not speaking Romanian anymore. I'm speaking Romanian with you now just because you don't understand English. And I say, I don't teach my kids Romanian. And they, they just comment there. I can't believe it. They let me. But it was just for fun,
But there's so many comments on there. Like, I haven't had a chance to read them all anyway. It's like, I think there might be 3,000 now, or near enough.
Yeah, a lot of them. Maybe you'll be on that Facebook page again after this podcast.
Maybe, Who knows? Yeah,
so, Anut UK, please take some some questions from here. Okay, I don't know how long you can stay here.
I can stay as long as you want, David.
A big thank you to your supervisors because they allowed this podcast.
Yeah.
I think you said they are really happy.
Yeah, they are really happy. I checked. So we have like what we call our professional standards department. So they're the ones who just make sure we behave and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I spoke to them and said, "Is it okay? Am I allowed to do this?" Because I've never done this before.
Yeah, it's normal. You have to ask.
I wanted to ask that question because it might be that you're going to talk about politics and stuff, and then I can't really talk about that. So, and then my bosses were really happy. My press officers who I spoke to, they said, "Yeah, no, fine." And I they're fine with it. So
I'm gonna so maybe some of the questions I will read them because it's hard to memorize them in English.
Yeah, that's
fine. I mean I can say them, but I'll probably say them really bad grammatically. So I more prefer to read them.
Yeah.
I will ask you some seriously questions now.
Yeah, of course.
What is like being a police officer in London, and what are the biggest challenges you face day to day?
So obviously I'm a police officer in Hertfordshire, not London. So we...
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to...
No, that's okay.
You told me yesterday that,
So like any force, we have our challenges. We certainly have... we're expected to do more now as a police force, with a a lot around the mental health and stuff like that. So that takes a lot of us away for that. One of the biggest things for us now, the biggest challenges is just to get the community back on our side, all the different communities, because like we lost that a bit, and it's just getting that engagement right with all the different communities now so that they can see us.
Podcasts like this will help, to...
Yeah, and I think so. I think like we got some really bad press before for things that some officers did. And then it's that trust. We want the community to trust us. We want them to come and speak to us, let them know what they're, if they've got any issues, and talk to us. And then I want to understand those issues and then help them. So all I would ask, the challenges are, all the forces have got the same. It's just building that community engagement back up and building that trust with everyone. We lost that trust with a lot of things.
Okay.
And I think if we can get that trust back from the community, that would be a massive thing for us.
I think you already answered to some of my questions with this answer, but no problem. What do you think the public should better understand about your job?
Sometimes I think, okay, do the public know the job is a really tough job? It is really tough. And people, so I think sometimes don't understand all of it. There's a lot of expectation about when they want us now, like a click of the finger, and we can't respond that quick because of other priorities, other more high-risk priorities that we have to go to. So I think if they can understand that, it's not that we just don't want to go somewhere. Sometimes we just maybe not able to attend as quick as some people like us. I think I just want them to feel comfortable in coming to speak to us. So like, I'm a local officer in Potters Bar. I want people to come and talk to me, tell me about their problems, and so that we can understand them and help them do something with it, really. That's what we want, just so that they feel more comfortable coming to talk to us or reporting stuff to us.
Having, with the next questions is nice one. Is it hard to balance being professional with being approachable like you've been at the festival?
No, I don't think so. I'm professional. I think I'm professional every day. I hope so. I hope people think I am. What I did at the festival is what I would do normally anywhere I go. Really, I haven't changed as a person. I'm still that same person that I would be like at the festival and out on the streets. Obviously, if you have to change sometimes if you're dealing with a serious situation, then you have to change your ways with that. You can't be going around laughing or dancing. So, and sometimes police officers deal with things a different way. We deal with some really horrible things at times that the normal general public wouldn't see, and we may have different ways of dealing with that. Everyone's an individual, and I've dealt with some quite horrible stuff over my time, but you just have to kind of deal with it in your own way.
Is it hard for you when you see all that, let's say, horrible stuff? When you go home, how can you sleep? I mean, after you see maybe a lot of crimes, a lot of bad things. I mean, I don't want to say it here because maybe YouTube will.
It's different. Probably one of the worst things I ever dealt with was many years ago was the people in the back of the truck, the 39 bodies in the back of the truck in Essex. It's a good few years ago now, and I dealt with some of that, and it was difficult because there was a lot of people that had died horrifically. But we were professional, and we did everything to make sure that those families, their young ones or their children, were repatriated back to them with all the professional dignity that we wanted to give them. So it was tough, but like I'm talking about it today, but it's a good few years ago now. But I still remember it like it was yesterday. But but you have to be professional, and you have to.
But in the same time, how do you deal with when you go home? I mean, I had a car accident like 3 years ago, and I remember, when I was sleeping, when I was going in the bed to sleep, all the time I was seeing that car crashing, all the time, and
we have
of course you will see even worse things.
Yeah, we have professional agencies at work, occupational health, and we've got loads of different people that we can go and speak to if we're feeling like bad or so there's lots there for us as police officers if we need it. There's lots of help. if we need it. So it is good in that way. Yeah.
Okay, we went a bit to the other way, which I didn't,
That's
but
It's fine.
it's from a Polish life,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and it's real life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real life, exactly.
Not every day is
And
chasing
it's
the
a tough life
baddies.
for sure.
Yeah, you know, not every day you go around chasing the baddies. Sometimes you have to deal with things that are quite traumatic.
Yeah.
So, but you stay professional, and then you deal with it as you would.
At that festival, do you think your dance helped people to see the Polish in a different light? I mean, in a better light.
I hope so. I mean, I never knew it was going to turn out like this. I never knew I'd be sitting here doing a podcast with you. But like, I hope so, because we are human.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And I want people to see that. I want people to see that I'm not, or my colleagues are not just those people that arrest you because you've done something bad, or you know, or you're grumpy because you got a ticket from us. So I want people to see us as human beings as well, because we are human, and people can be hurtful. People can say things that do hurt you, but you stay professional. You don't let it show that someone might have hurt you. So yeah, you just have to be professional all the time.
Yeah. What was your impressions of Romanians before, and has it changed after this experience?
So yeah, like I say, I've been in the police almost 23 years, and I've not really had that many dealings with Romanians up until that point.
Okay.
But when I went in there to that festival and I spoke to the people, I thought, do you know what? This is what my job is about. It's about like engaging with those people that you've not really engaged with before. And then you can see this community now. You could see how they were towards me. Like, they were just so welcoming, so nice, fed me so much food. But also, like, they know, I hope they know now, if they need our help, we will help. And I want them to be able to come up to me or to my colleagues or to the PCSOs and say, this has happened, can you help me please? And we will do that. We've got translation on our phones at work, our job phones. We can translate from Romanian to English, so we understand what people are saying.
It's easy, no.
And there's enough people around, and that's what we want. And we also have this like website, and I could tell you, so it's called Hearts Connected, and I'll send it to you on an email anyway.
Yeah.
But it's where people can join, local residents for Hertfordshire. They can join up. Just go onto Google, type in www.heartsconnected.co.uk, and there's so much information on there. And then you can join up, and you can find out the information about your local area, what clubs, what might be there for Romanian people. Just go on there and see. Because it's difficult if English is not your first language, then it's difficult to find things like that. But it's all there. So,
but now with using internet, it should be easier.
It's easier. Yeah, it's a lot easier.
You can translate anything.
But also, I just want people to talk to us, like come up and say hi. Even like at the festivals, I want people to come up and say, if they've seen me before, hi Bucko, how are you doing? Like, I'm fine with that. You don't have to call me Mr. Police Officer. Just
probably to the next festival, lots of people will approach you.
I hope so, because I want people to feel that they can just come up and talk to us and don't feel nervous about it, because I'm like this normally. Like, I love talking to people, and although I was nervous as hell coming here tonight, I feel fine, and it's nice that, you know, it's getting out to your community. They can see, if they see me, I want them to come and say hello.
I'm gonna ask you like 3 quick questions.
Yeah, of course.
You have to give me like a short answer.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear, probably drowning.
Okay. What do you like the most?
Food or like?
Whatever you want. I don't know. It's something which is.
I like DIY. DIY. I love doing DIY.
Okay. And what you hate the most?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was for real.
Yeah, it's true. I don't like mushrooms. No,
he had a small interview with my son, so he really said that.
And he doesn't like mushrooms either. So
do you have any hobbies?
I don't have any hobbies really. I do like walking, and I'm trying to get myself another bike soon. But no, I love in sports. I love boxing, but yeah, I don't have hobbies as such.
Who you like the most?
Mike Tyson was one of my favourite boxers ever.
But from this time?
Some of the Christian. I like the older ones really, because they were the real good boxers. But I do like watching the old fights more than the new fights. But I still like any boxing match that was on, I would watch it.
Did you learn any word in Romanian from your colleagues?
No,
apart Mitch.
No, Mitch. Da.
Da.
And I did. So Florentina did teach me a few, and Yanela has, but I've forgotten a lot of them. And then Florentina taught me some bad words as well. So
Florentina is not.
Florentina is naughty.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to learn them.
Yeah.
Because maybe you will meet some Romanians that were swearing at you.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what they're saying.
Yeah.
I've seen a long time ago a video with a policeman arresting an Indian. So that Indian was smiling, but he was saying really bad things in Indian.
Yeah.
And actually, that policeman, he was learning a lot of Indian words because he was more like in Indian community.
Yeah.
And he understood everything.
Did he? Oh, brilliant.
So, you know, sometimes we help you.
Yeah. No, and to be fair now, like, as I said to you, there's another festival coming up soon, and I will go to that, and I will try and get someone to teach me some of the words, like the hello and stuff like that. I did know them before, but like, if you're not using them all the time, you forget them. So
yeah, exactly.
You know,
it's same as me with Polish and with other people. I always like to learn words.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, they would tell me, and after 5 minutes it's gone.
It's the same. Like my parents were Irish, so we used to know some Irish words when we were younger, but like, you forget them if you don't use them. So,
yeah. Okay. What would you like Romanians know about the police?
I'd like them to know what we do, like understand the job is, like I say, difficult, but I want them to. The other thing they can do is they can come on what we call a ride along. So if they didn't understand what the role of a police officer is, they can come out and they can go on a shift with me or some other officers, and they can go around and see what we actually do. So during a whole shift, so anyone can do that.
Can we do that?
Yeah, anyone can do that. They can apply to do that.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Send me the link because I would like to join you one night and making a vlog.
Yeah. So and I'll check with work whether you can do that, but certainly anyone can do it, because like sometimes people think, what do you actually do for your money? Or I pay your wages, you know, the usual. So like, but they can come out, but they can come out and they can see what we actually do for a whole shift or a shift, and then say, and it's called ride along. A lot of people do it, and I've done it for lots of people over the years. So
if you can ask your supervisors if I can come doing a vlog, because you know I would like to put. And I want to put the police from here in a good spotlight, you know, because I can see the work you do, and I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sometimes I remember last summer I was offering some water because it was hot summer, and one of the police, you know, was looking at me. Why you give me this water? I said because I feel safe with you.
Yeah,
you know,
that's nice, and that's what we want people to feel safe. We want people to be. Like not feel uncomfortable that we're the only ones that there when something is wrong, or we want them to feel that they can talk to us if you've got any sort of problems at all. Like, you know, I was walking up Bournemouth Town Centre today and I got stopped 5 times just to go and get a sandwich for my lunch, and it was just people asking me questions. But I like that because it's just, you know, people come up and feel comfortable talking to you, and that's what is so important in our roles.
Are there any misconceptions or stereotypes about the UK police that you would like to see changing?
No. I mean, the funny thing is people always talk about donuts or police with donuts. Have you got it here? Well, actually,
it's there.
I don't like donuts.
No, it's more like a joke.
Yeah, I don't like donuts anyway. So like, I don't mind them, but like, people always think you do that, and it's not actually true. I mean, some of the things like, people say police officers are all bad, but they're not all bad.
No,
like it's it's just we're all human. But some people are not. You know, some people are probably unfriendly. You know, but like there's not a lot of them. You know, and you know, I think as long as people see us as individuals and not we're all the same, I'd be happy.
What do you think about the knife crime in London? Or in your area?
So knife crime in London is a lot bigger of a problem than it is in Hertfordshire. Obviously, we have had some knife incidents in our area in Hertfordshire, and it's a trend. I think that young people want to carry
most of them are teenagers,
and I think it's about education. I think we do a lot around knife crime. We go to schools, we give them talks around knife crime. just so people understand the seriousness of it, because it is, thank goodness it's not so bad in Hertfordshire now. So, but I think education is the main thing. I think you can lock people up all the time for having knives on them, but it's important to have that education going into schools, telling people, because some people don't understand the dangers, the danger of just carrying one, because a lot of the time we know that the other person gets that knife from them and kills them with their own knife. It has happened. So you need to understand that it's just best not to carry a knife, but it's getting that education into people.
Because you've mentioned about education, this podcast is supported by Smart Education, and which they are friends of us.
Yeah.
So just have a check on their website or Facebook page, and as well, we are sponsored by Alina from Casa cu Cărți, from Home Books, which she gives us a book for our guests, but they are all in Romanian.
Yeah.
I feel sorry because I didn't realize I don't have any in English to give you, but I will let you choose one maybe for your one of your menus which you like the most.
Oh yeah, I'll say one,
you can give them.
Yeah,
you can just
true.
pick up random,
It's so important, and my message to young people is like, just don't carry a knife, because as much as you think it's there to protect you, it's not there to protect you. Someone will get that from you and probably use it on you. And if the other way around, if you've got one, they're probably going to have one. So just don't carry a knife. If you're worried about something like that, if someone's at school carrying one, tell us. We'll go into the school and we'll deal with it.
The most of them, they are having it is because they think it's cool.
Yeah.
They don't want to use it.
Yeah.
But they are getting into an argument or something. He's not feeling safe, and he's just using it, because.
And sometimes it's a social media problem, because they see that it's a cool thing on social media, because the bad guys always show their videos with knives. It's not a cool thing, and we just need to get people to stop carrying them, and that's what we want.
How can police make a safer place for women? And is there any kind of self-defense item that are legally allowed to carry?
They can. There are people that do self-defense classes. I don't have details of that on me because tonight, but there are ways they can do it, as long as they're not carrying weapons that
is there
are
any
illegal.
Is there any item legal to have?
So not really. I mean, they can't carry sprays and things like that, but I mean, a lot of people carry keys, and it depends on how you use that, because if you're using it as a weapon, you have to be careful. But I think we do a lot more now, going around talking to women of all ages now about safety. We do that quite a lot. We have talks in different halls, and we do them in Potters Bar Wire, Boreham Wood. So there's a lot we can do now, and talk to women about how to protect themselves, and we can give them alarms that we carry, so they have alarms that they can pull, like a pin, like a grenade thing, and it's a really horrible screechy noise, and it will hopefully frighten people away. And there are things they can do, but obviously I wouldn't be telling people to carry weapons on them for that. So, but self-defense classes, they can do that. There are different. I don't think the police do it as such, but there will be, if you Google, groups that will help for women protecting themselves.
Is any moment you felt like a movie cop, for better or worse?
No. I mean, no. I don't think so. Like, one of my favorite films is Mall Cop, which I love, which is a crazy film, but like I can watch that quite a lot. But no, I'm just a normal person. We all want to be someone else, like Starsky and Hutch or someone like that. When I was a plainclothes officer, I always thought myself of, someone like that, running around like an American cop or something like that. But yeah, we all probably have that in the back of our heads, but we're not. In real life, it's not the same. So yeah.
As I said, you already answered to some of my questions. Yeah. The case or a moment you will never forget probably is that with buddies.
Yeah, that was probably one of my worst moments. One of my funniest moments probably is like I was chasing someone for so far once. He'd stolen some money from a phone box, and he'd stolen all the change from the phone box, and I was in plainclothes, and we're chasing him for a long way around Boreham Wood, and I eventually got to him, and I was so tired I had to sit on him and wait before I could caution him and arrest him because I'd get my breath back. Because it was a long way I had to run. I don't think I could be able to do it now, but yeah. But
you have to
You have to
go
be-
in the morning for some runnings, you know.
yeah, you do. Like, we have to do a fitness test every year.
Okay.
Every police officer has to do it, and you have to pass that. If you don't pass it, then you can't be what we call frontline duty. So you would
You
be
go in
taken
the
away
office?
to do something else. So it's not that. I mean, when I first joined, it was a lot. You had to run a lot further and a lot longer. Now it's not so bad. So you shouldn't fail it. So
Okay. Now is a funny question.
Yeah.
The moment you laughed when you definitely weren't supposed to.
probably when one of my colleagues fell over chasing someone, and yeah, that's probably one of the ones. I wouldn't laugh if you're doing something so serious because you're dealing with, and you have your head on of dealing with whatever's in front of you. But yeah, probably when someone hurts himself is probably when I would laugh.
One of the
because it's not
colleagues.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in doing this job? Being a
So
police.
communication.
Communication.
Yeah, the biggest lesson is how to talk. So like, I've been in situations where people are so angry, really angry, and you might be in a corner like this room and there's no way out because you're stuck in that corner, and it's about learning to understand what that person's going through. It might be a mental health crisis, it might be they're just angry and drunk, but it's about communication and making your safe exit out of there, or dealing with them, whatever you're going to do. So that's the biggest thing. Communication
is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. I'm having a look on my tablet.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Because you
But
answered to so
yeah.
many questions, you know,
Yeah.
during the
But
interview.
it is, I mean, as a police officer, communication is the most important thing to have, and you need that in every situation you're in. You know, whether it's a nice situation where something's quite funny, or whether it's a serious violent disorder and you've got a lot of people coming at you want to hurt you, basically.
Yeah. There are any things which your friends don't understand about your job?
Well, my family kind of understand me now, but some friends, they probably don't understand that. I suppose some of my friends see what's on the news and say, "Oh, all cops." My friends don't see that, but other people might see that as they're all the same. We always say that all the coppers are the same and stuff like that, when they're not. I think my own family, I've got quite a big family. I'm one of 9 children. Like, they understand my job and understand the stressful side of it, but also the funny side of it, or the nice side, like this, you know, coming here and doing the festivals and stuff like that.
I'm coming from a big family. We are 5 brothers and 4 sisters.
I'm 7 boys and 2 girls.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
nice.
9 as well.
Yeah, 9 children. Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned that. But
Yeah, but it's nice. It's nice
Yeah.
to have a big family. Yeah,
It is.
It is nice, you know.
That moment made you say, "Yeah, this job is worth it."
Yeah, that the moment at the festival.
Yeah. Oh,
100%.
that moment. No, I'm asking. I'm
it's
asking
the moment.
A
yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that one I was telling you about, the traumatic one, that is, you just know that you're there to help those families that have lost all their loved ones in that lorry in a horrific circumstances. So you think, yeah, this is what the job's about, like helping people that at their worst times in their life. Locking up bad people when I was a detective, like locking up the really horrible, nasty people, and you come out and then you know that the court will send them to jail, and you think, yeah, that was worth it. That's what this job's about, locking up those people who've made other people's life a misery. So I do like that as well.
I'm gonna put you the last question.
Yeah.
And then I will have like true or false couple of questions,
Yeah.
and
I'll have
we
a
are
drink
done.
then.
You can have,
I'll
a
have a
drink
sip
or
of my orange
something.
after that one.
The one habit from the job that follows you home.
I don't switch off. I kind of like, when I get home, I'm thinking still about the job that I was doing that day. I try not to think about it, but it's quite difficult at times. Yeah. Okay. Even if it's funny stuff or anything, you can just like, you get home. My wife's not in the police. She used to be in crime, legal stuff, but she's now not working in that. So, but yeah, it's hard to switch off, but like, it's not a bad thing for me.
Okay.
I think it's, sometimes I relax that way.
Okay, so You can enjoy
Yeah.
some drinks if you want. As I said, I want you to feel comfortable.
I'm very
We
comfortable.
can
Thank
stop
you, David.
anytime you want, so you can enjoy
No,
whatever you
I'm
want.
absolutely fine, David. As long as you're all right with
We
this.
are almost there.
Yeah.
Okay. True or false? You have to answer true or false.
Yeah.
A police officer in the UK can be fired for posting a dance video on social media.
No, false. As far as I know, it's false.
It's
I
false.
might be wrong, yeah.
Okay. One of the biggest challenges for the police officers today is building trust with diverse
Absolutely. Yeah.
communities. Sorry.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And I think we are getting there. We're definitely getting there. We're better than we were. But we just need to continue that.
It
And
can
I
be
think,
better.
Yeah, I think we can do better. Everyone knows that. But like, I think things like with your community, like that's the first festival I've ever been to, with so many people from the Romanian community. So that was really nice for me. And now I've obviously booked my place for the next one coming up later.
Nice. A police officer can stop and search you in the UK without any reason.
No, that's false.
That's false. You know, I'll be honest with you. I answered to these questions with ChatGPT.
Okay.
And where you said true, it was true. Where you said false is false.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely.
I'm just asking, ChatGPT to see if there is any, I don't know, law behind.
Yeah, we
the
have
question
we
or
have
something.
we have to have more than just like I see him and I want to stop and search him. No,
Okay.
we can't do that.
So.
And they're very strict about that. Like we get checked out by people who look at all the stop and search and review them all to see if we've done things correctly. And me as a supervisor would do it for my own team.
Okay. British police cars come with sirens, lights, and hidden compartment for donuts.
With what? What's the last one?
Donuts.
No.
But for biscuits.
Lights and sirens, definitely. They're not the quickest. We'd like Ferraris and things like that, but we're not going to get them. They're too expensive. So
Okay.
we end up with Peugeots and Vauxhalls.
Okay. After dancing to Manele in uniform, you become part of the Romanian police TikTok unit.
Is that true? I don't know.
No, this one you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, I never thought they would go on TikTok because I didn't. It was only Yanela was filming me for our own fun, but like, yeah, someone obviously behind was filming. But it's great. For me, it's lovely because now I've met yourself.
Yeah,
I've
exactly,
met more of the community, and hopefully people will see this tonight as like me just being me as a normal person.
Nice. And the very last question.
Yeah.
Is a Romanian police officer in London, but in the police, is legally required to introduce his colleagues to Sarmale and Mitch.
Sarmale
and Mitch.
I'm saying now, all my colleagues in Hertfordshire has to try that food. Yeah.
Did you try Sarmale?
What was that one? Is that the
It's like
sausage?
a meat and cabbage,
Maybe,
it's rolled
yeah.
in cabbage.
I'd have to ask Yanela because she was getting me to taste all different foods. And I just remember the midge, the cakes, the ice cream, the milkshake. And things like that.
There were a lot of a lot of food for you to try to the next festival.
And I did try. I tried quite a lot. And obviously, if there's more food at the next festival coming up on the 22nd,
if I'll be there, I'm making sure you would.
Yeah, I will try some
everything.
more food. Yeah, but I was so full up after it, David. I had ate so much, and it was nice. And people were so great. So I'll never forget that. Like,
I'm really proud.
So
I'm really proud. It was a nice festival. No bad things there.
Obviously, all my best to all the people in Romania who are probably going to see this now and have sent me so many. And that's the other thing. They've sent me so many nice messages on Facebook and
I'm glad
and
to hear
TikTok,
that.
which is, for me, it's just lovely. I can't respond to them all.
Before we finish this podcast, would you like to say something to Romanian community? I don't know, whatever you want.
I would love to say to the Romanian community, this is me. Come and say hi anytime you see me, wherever you are, or wherever the festival, or in the shops, or in Bournemouth Town Centre, in Potter's Bar, where I'm normally stationed. Come and say hi. I'm here to help you. If you've got any problems or questions, just please come and ask me because that's what I'm here for. And it's to keep you safe, lock up the bad guys, and just be there to help people and keep them safe.
Noel, thank you so much for being
Thank you, David.
in my podcast.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
I hope this podcast will help the community, Romanian community, maybe Polish, to understand better each other.
Yeah.
And together maybe we'll build a better world.
Thank you very much, and thank you, David. I feel
You're
much better
welcome.
now. I'm a bit more relaxed when I first come in here.
It's the
So,
first one. So the
it's the
second one,
first-
it will be better even from my side.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. See you
Cheers.
next time.
See ya. Bye bye.